Hi, today I'm going to make a video showing you how to change the liftgate latch assembly on a third generation Toyota 4Runner. Let's go ahead and get started.
I've already picked up the part from the dealer. On one end is the latch, and there are a couple of cables coming off of it. Actually, there's one metal cable and then a couple of electrical wires. And there's the part number, and it says lock assembly. So here's a quick view of the whole vehicle. 1999 Toyota 4Runner, four-wheel drive. So here's what that lock assembly looks like on the vehicle. It looks like it's just held in place by three 10mm bolts, or in my case two, because one has already fallen out previously and I did not notice that. But to get full access and to remove and replace it, I'll have to come inside and remove this plastic cover. And to do that, I'll also have to remove this little pull strap that's held in place by another 10mm bolt. So to get the plastic cover off, I just started with a screwdriver right here in the corner, managed to wedge it in there and start popping it, and now I'm just going to go all the way around the edge and keep popping. So now I've got the plastic panel off. It was mostly easy getting the bottom and the sides off, but getting the top off was just a little tricky. You just had to push the whole thing upwards towards the top of the door to pop it out all the way. And now that's out, I've exposed this metal panel that's underneath the glass, and that's held in by a bunch more 10mm bolts that need to come out. I've got those 8 bolts out, and that's freed metal cover plate. But note that the metal cover plate is attached to a wiring harness, so you'll need to support it in some way so it doesn't just drop down and damage your wiring harness. Now I can see inside the lift gate, and I can see where the control cable and the electrical wires coming off of the lock assembly will need to be routed and attached up here. So I'm just about ready to disconnect the tension cable here and the electrical wires here, and that'll allow me to pull out the lock assembly that I've already removed the bolts from. I do think it's worth mentioning that you may want to disassemble everything to this point anyway, before even ordering the parts, or at least before opening the parts from the dealer. I watched another nicely done video where the owner was able to get everything moving again just by lubricating the tension cable up here and the lock assembly here. In my case, I've already been to the dealer, and the dealer confirmed that my lock assembly is broken. So at this point, I've installed the new lock assembly. I have the tension cable connected, the electrical wires connected, and I can pull on this bar up here, and I can see it actuate the tension cable. And then it's hard to see in this light, but I can look inside the lock assembly and see that it is also actuating. So everything looks good to go, and now I just need to reverse all of my steps. So I'm all finished. Just as I thought, putting on the plastic panel was actually the hardest part, just because it's a bit difficult to get this part seated. But I did it by closing the lift gate most of the way and dropping it back in from inside the vehicle. And that definitely helped. So everything's put back together. Everything works. Latches and stays closed, and I don't even have to slam it for the first time in I don't know how many years.